And welcome to the Angry Geek Show. Jeremy Courtney, Lewis Perry, and this fine gentleman over here is the proprietor of this store, this amazing alternate reality. Is that right?
Alternate
universe. Sorry.
How could you? You know where we are.
It's been a long day. I've been up for an hour and a half.
You know where.
I just got my coffee. Where's this coffee? I hid it so I didn't.
Wait a minute. Why are you bringing coffee to a comic shop? You know the rules.
Because I'm not touching the books for at least an hour.
Door, you know.
I know. I break the rules at every comic shop.
This has been a long time
I'm
in the making.
All right, fine. Would you like to do this show?
This is a long time. You're always sitting in that chair.
Well, anyways,
I do because of his medical condition.
Yes, my hemorrhoids.
This is a long time in the making.
I've been
to
using
get this
cream.
Man, I'm trying
I've
to
been
speak.
using cream for a while.
This is a long time.
It's good stuff. It's medicated. It's like the most powerful hemorrhoid cream in the world.
It's not about you. This is a long time.
No, this is about me.
No, it's been a long time in the making to get this man on our show.
Well, he's been on our show before.
It doesn't have the donut, though.
No donut.
Oh, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Forgot to put that in my contract. Donut.
But you have no contract.
He's been on the show before. What are you talking about?
This is this is official. Us
Oh,
here.
it wasn't official for.
Oh,
here.
Not just that. We're here to talk about Rhode Island Comiconn.
I know.
Hartford
Colorado.
Comiconn. Colorado.
I got some inside information.
Nobody gives
I'm
you
not
nothing.
allowed to talk about it though. I heard, but I want to talk about it.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can't.
You can't.
But should I let him talk?
Absolutely.
All right.
Might start asking questions. Where he's a busy man. I mean, look at people in the store. Right
Have you ever had hemorrhoids before?
Oh my God! Not that type of question. We got to talk about the cons.
All right, the cons. Which one's first, by the way? Is it Hartford's first? Okay.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for both coming.
Oh, that's our pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
$500 works just fine for that.
Public access is like, what the heck?
No, but it's a pleasure to have you guys here. You do a lot of hard work at a lot of shows. I mean, you're all over the place. I mean, your videos, watch them, they're entertaining, and I mean, you are all over the place.
Thank you.
That
means a lot.
We're like chlamydia.
All kidding aside, Jeremy and I, we just go crazy at cons. We were on a couple other podcasts, and they said, you guys are with your cameras. We just walk around and you'd record an MP3, but you guys are everywhere.
I wish we had pulled what everybody else was doing at New York and just sat at the table. That would have been great. We could have sat at the table.
Oh, you're talking about Chase Con?
Yes.
But what happened at that was the promoter of the con came over and he's like, you guys actually put out product. He goes, we can't find other people's stuff anywhere online, and they just sit down and not do anything. He goes, the Angrygeeks, you guys do everything. You talk to everybody, and you put out.
well, like I said, you run around like crazy. You're doing the work.
Thank you.
Quality comes from hard work.
You're gonna hit somebody with that.
No, this is like the He-Man thing.
All right, so
Nobody.
Rhode Island Comiconn is
Power
shaping up
sword.
to be something huge, especially.
Humongous.
Oh yeah,
Humongous.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
And
Stan Lee, Michael Golden, Neil Adams.
So
I mean, you got Summer Glau.
What's a brother got to do to get an interview with Stan Lee?
Oh, we're not talking Stanley.
Oh, we're not. Oh, yeah. I forgot the Marvel.
What?
Marvel hate over here. Huh,
No,
sorry.
I have high respect for Stan. High respect for Stan. Yeah. What are you laughing at me for? It's true. I used to read Marvel. Everybody knows that.
I know. I just, maybe I could interview Stan. I don't think he would allow it.
Your interview
He'd be like, I watched the
your interview with Neil Adams was a complete disaster. All you guys
That
did
was
was
good.
make fun of me the entire time.
That was perfect. Neil's my favorite interview because I didn't have to ask a single thing. He just
he made fun of me. Oh, he's wearing a Kiss T-shirt.
He went with it, and it was great.
Made fun of my Wonder Woman tattoo. Just completely made.
Oh, look at that, the DC symbol with the Connecticut. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's right there too, hanging up. Don't you pay attention when you walk in? Anyway, continue about the cons. Come on, we got.
All right, so we got Stan Lee, Neil Adams, Mackie, who
Summer Glau, Michael Golden.
What about
Mark Teixeira is going to be there.
No.
Buzz.
Keep going. I forgot the name. It's right there.
You always do. Did you drink your coffee? You're in a comic shop. Put the coffee down. We just talked about this.
It's your fault because I would have already had my coffee.
The show's going to be huge this year.
Huge.
Convention Center, the Dunkin' Donuts Arena. I mean, it's just show's going to be redunculous. That's what it's going to do. It's going to be huge. Trust me.
Hartford's coming up first.
Yes.
At the XL Center. It was one of our favorite cons last year. But I don't know if you've seen the video. Jeremy actually rode the bull there.
Yep.
No, that was not one of our favorites.
Yes, it was great.
That was painful.
Public access. Loved it. They aired that episode 4 times.
The only reason I held on so long was I was afraid to fall off. That thing hurt. That was painful.
And then at Rhode Island, we did the rock wall, and I almost killed myself.
Rock walls for me, I just...
Anyway,
the problem was coming down. That harness was chafing.
Now, Hartford's only 2 days. 2 days.
Correct.
Okay. Tickets are on sale now for Hartford.
No, they're going on sale. They should be on sale within the next 2 weeks.
In Hartford, we have Sons of Anarchy guest.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember.
Emilio Rivera. We have Billy Tucci showing up. We have Ed McGuinness. We have some Power Ranger guests.
Steve Cardenas.
Yep, Steve Cardenas.
Yeah, he's waiting to see us. And
Aaron Cahill's going to be there.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers are huge right
They
now.
are getting
huge.
Yes,
I mean, they're even bigger than before. So having them as guests is great.
The Tony Stark costumes.
They're Iron Man-esque, but you want to know what?
How are they
Everything
gonna
is
do karate
everything
in
is
that?
going in that direction to look like that. And I mean,
How do you do martial arts in an armor suit? Tell me. I don't believe it. I have much problems with this.
as long as they don't have hemorrhoids.
Well, that's true. Because when you go to stretch out your leg like that, and it just...
What are you doing? Put your leg on me.
You got nice pants.
Yeah, Hartford is shaping up. I mean, obviously, you know the story of it's Connecticut Comiconn merged into Hartford Comiconn, and we are now partnered with Alter Reality Entertainment that is presenting the show. We're merged these all together, and we're doing a whole new venture this year that will happen in September. So,
Did you know that the Hartford Comic-Con was the first con that we brought the cameras out of the Geek Lair? The very first.
really?
It was. It was the first one that we went to.
Was that before me?
It was with you.
Oh, was that?
It was with you, and Hartford Comic-Con was the first con that we brought the camera to. And we had no even.
You broke our cherry.
My God! Back then, we had
I like it when you
just
call
as
me
much
your guy.
knowledge of doing what we were doing now as we did back then. We still don't know anything, and we're just
a lot of preparation for this.
flying by the
Preparation
seat
H.
of our pants.
yeah, it's definitely gearing up. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of things planned. We still have more guests to announce. I can't say anything more, but there are going to be a few names, especially with Rhode Island. More names are coming. Oh my God! Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Some of the names that I saw coming, fans are going to be blown out of the water.
The second
So
we get, we're on the press for Rhode Island, so the second we get something, boom, we start sharing it. Now, with the tags, and I talked to you about this online. When we go to tag someone on Facebook, we have to like go back and edit it to tag because it's not picking up tags. It's bizarre.
really,
Yeah, does it all the time. Like we want to share something for Hartford, I'll have to Hartford Comic-Con post, then go back, edit it, and then the tag will let me tag somebody.
sometimes I think that's what it is. If you got to like belong to like the page, which I don't know why it does it sometimes. I have to.
That's
Yeah.
I belong to everything.
because you don't know how to use Facebook.
I don't know how to use any social media.
Which is weird because then some people tag something and they have like 100 to 300 tags
Yeah.
and it all goes through. So
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so we have to actually go back and redo that.
You're gonna buy me that shirt.
I'm not buying you nothing.
like that.
I'm not buying,
I wonder
but
if they have a Massachusetts shirt like that.
we're gonna take a
Not
break.
here in Connecticut.
Well, yeah. We're
Let's-
gonna take a break.
We're gonna take a break for cosplay.
Does that mean I get to go look at all the cool stuff?
No, we're gonna take a break for cosplay of the week. And we're gonna come back with some.
Dude, there's a lot of cool stuff.
I know. We're gonna take a pan in the store, but we're gonna take a break.
don't be shopping.
We're gonna
There
take a
will
break
be
for
shopping.
cosplayer of the week, and we'll be right back.
What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want? Come on. What you want?
And welcome back to the Angrygeeks show. We're here at Alternate Universe in Milford,
location.
Connecticut.
The Milford.
The Milford location, because I hear there's a New Haven location. Isn't that closer to us?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No.
And this is Erik Yako.
We just established on our first segment.
I know, but like, what if
He's
somebody
making sure.
didn't?
He's
People,
making sure.
What if they didn't
Well, his
watch
name
the
pops
first
up underneath
segment?
them. How can they not?
What if they
Are you
can't
trying
read?
to say that our YouTube audience can't read? Are you trying to say our public audience?
And
Our
that's
public
Eric with a
access?
K when it pops up
Yeah,
underneath.
it's Eric. See, he can do it. He has the magic. But technically, it's got to be up here.
Yeah, because
And over.
we make sure our crotches aren't on TV. We were told this.
Yeah, we were told that by.
Make sure your
our,
crotches aren't on TV.
Our production manager.
It's very intimidating.
Yeah, he said no crotches on television. Okay, John. You got it. I got a question. Owning a comic book shop, and we asked this a couple shops that we've been in. What's the weirdest thing someone brought in and wanted to sell or trade?
Oh, we've had everything brought in. I mean, people have brought in stuff that they find like in attics and things. I mean, it's just like toys and obscure, like, I don't know if it really comes down to like a comic or a toy, but I will tell you something someone brought in one time. Working at my New Haven store, it was getting close to close, and this guy comes in, and, you know, he's wearing a long jacket, you know, it's big, you know, he looks like he's got something underneath it. So he comes in the store and he looks at me. He's like, you know, comic book store and everything. He looks around and he goes, "I got something for you." And of course, you know, being in retail, you get a little nervous. You know, you don't know what anybody's saying. What do you mean you got something for me?
Sounds
And
like me
he-
going into the porn shop. I got something for you.
It's right here. So he goes, "I got something for you," and it's like I'm standing there going, "What do you mean you got something for me?" And he starts reaching in his jacket, and I'm getting like, you know, like,
Oh, yeah.
what's this guy
Duck
doing?
Cover. Run.
And he goes like this, and he pulls out a tray of melting chicken legs from like a Stop and Shop or something, and it's starting to drip on the floor. He goes, "You want to buy some chicken?" And I was just like, "Get the hell out of the store!" I go, "What the hell you even doing?"
All right, that is definitely weird.
Trust me. After that, I was like, "I think it's time to close for tonight."
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
like that. The weird, I don't know. It boggles my mind sometimes. But people come in. "I got something for you."
What was the coolest thing that you were just like, wow?
Well, the next day he brought in
He brought it
ice.
up. Or a meatloaf. You know,
Yeah.
hey.
What was the coolest thing that someone
I
brought
like
in and you were
meatloaf,
like,
too.
wow, I have to have that?
Wow, too many things.
Like the Return
well,
of the Jedi. Freaking,
My friend offering that to me, couldn't refuse, had to buy that. The Return of the Jedi. Oh yeah, it works.
We're gonna show that. On
It
camera
works.
Later.
I
You guys
wanna-
gotta check
I
this out.
remember
This is
playing
cool.
that.
I remember that.
I think, you know, people bring in like older Star Wars toys. Anything key-wise, comic book-wise, I drool over. Anything that's unique. I mean, I've seen so much stuff. It's got to be really unique now to really pull me in. So if someone brought in something like this was signed or it was a unique limited item, that's what appeals to me. But how many times I've seen Hulk 181s come in, and New Mutants 98s, and First Punishers, and Death of Gwen Stacy. I've seen them all.
How New
You know,
Mutants 98 has the price tag that it has. Drives me nuts. One of the most overpublished comics of the 90s, and I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I can't fault anybody, but like, God, that's crazy.
I worked at a store before, 2 stores actually, before owning
Yeah, 'cause
my
you
own
are
business.
Partners with another store.
Yeah, with Joseph Stinson, who is actually at our New Haven store today. And I worked for a couple other stores. Matter of fact, I worked for Dream Factory back in the day, and then I worked for
So
another.
did I.
Yeah. Really?
Mike Robb.
Yes.
I work. Oh God.
I didn't.
What location did you work at?
New Canaan.
I went from
Me and
Milford
Amanda.
to Orange to the mall to.
Really? Because I worked with me and Amanda.
Yes.
Yeah, we worked in that store together.
Wow.
Oh my.
How did we never put that
I
connection
don't know,
together
'cause
all these years?
I worked at the deli next door, the Broad River Market. I managed that deli, and then in the evenings, I went over and worked for Mike and Laurie. And
Talk about a small world.
very. Oh my. And it's funny because I
We don't need you.
I
in
know.
that now.
I go to cons and I see Amanda and everything. Oh my God, we
Yep.
start talking and all these people are like.
I had to reintroduce him and Amanda last year when I was getting comics signed. I tried to name drop. I was like, hey. I
Yeah,
know
he
Louis.
named her. She goes, yeah, I know Louis. He's like, oh. But I never wanted to.
Didn't work, by the
show
way.
because
She
I
didn't
don't
do a
wanna,
free sketch or
old French. I don't want to do that. And people are like, well, if you know her, why don't you? Well, this is what her husband drew on my book for me when they don't do. You lucky SLB. And I'm like, yeah, it was Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
They didn't draw
A lot of-
anything on my book.
There's so much of a Dream Factory connection in Connecticut because obviously there's actually a couple other stores in Connecticut that used to be old Dream Factory locations or near those areas.
Oh my
And
God,
those
Dream
employees-
Factory? I used to work.
Well, I
No.
grew up.
And those
in Norwalk.
employees went on and opened up other stores.
No, I grew up in Norwalk, so I mean, we only had 2 shops in Norwalk. We had the Dream Factory and Galaxy Comics.
Yeah, see, I was cool. I grew up in Worcester, Mass. We had That's Entertainment. Boom! Shout out. You guys
What
never
a
give me
small-
free
I
stuff
did not
either.
know you worked at. Oh my.
Well, what I was saying is, I went back. I was working for these stores, and before the Dream Factory store, I worked for another store called Season Ticket, and that's where I actually learned a lot of the trade there. And I can remember New Mutants '98 coming out. That must have been a stack on the shelf like this
at least.
deep, and it's like, okay, totally different character than what he is today.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's like
absolutely
here's
different.
he's an assassin. It's more gritty and everything like that, and it's like, it's cool. I have a bunch in my collection, but now today, forget it. Looks going through the roof.
I just watched the movie again last night.
Good movie. Good movie.
It is. I
have to say, I'm not the fan of the comic, but the movie
We can say Deadpool. It's fine.
was perfect. I mean, that was cool stuff.
They gave just a right amount of over the top violence, that sexual field. It's just they
Except
gave you
for
a
I
little
was
bit.
pissed off at Colossus. The one booby I wanted to see, he covered up.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there the whole time. I'm like, all
All the little jokes were.
it was.
It took years for
Women's
them to
Day.
get that off the ground. So I'm hoping, obviously we're going to see a
Oh yeah.
faster
Who
sequel
do you
coming.
wanna
I just
see
hope they
as
take
Cable?
the same. Wow.
Kevin Nash.
He would make a good one, but I'm
That's like my
on the
older
whole,
brother. Because even when
what's his name there?
I'm gonna throw
from
out-
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell you.
Ron Perlman. Yeah.
That would be dope.
Who was the guest at Rhode Island Comiconn last
Yep.
year? Hellboy.
I can already picture him. You show him. You got the
Oh,
streaks
yeah.
in the eyes, and and he's big.
He is. He's a big dude.
I think that would work.
Plus,
I was just thinking.
You almost got a little bit of the Cable-esque vibe going over here too.
See, that's what
Hollywood?
I color. I used to color my hair, right? And my
Still
mom
does.
No, wait, no, I don't anymore because we had Richard Zerga said, kid, you can't color your hair no more because you're being recognized because of all the caricatures that we have, and it's like you're being recognized, so you can't.
what word? Hold on. What word was that?
Yeah, characters.
Okay.
That's what I was talking
I
about.
have no idea what you're talking
Yes, you
about.
do.
Go ahead.
Idea.
Oh, I forgot to turn on the mic. No, I didn't. It's been on the whole time.
So when I was wrestling, my hair was purple. It was all different kinds of colors. And my mom was gray since she was 18. That's why I'm gray now. Because really, I'm 28 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
April
And
Fool.
my son is 16. Shut up behind the camera. And yeah. I saw Nash as Cable
He could
because
be a young Cable. Well, I guess he's old now too.
Nash is.
I haven't
he's
seen him in a while.
6.5 feet tall, and
Oh
he's
yeah.
It also
Cable's
all
not that
depends
tall,
on where
is
they're
he?
going to go with it from here. Because obviously, do they want to go with someone that's not too old but just young enough to go along with Ryan Reynolds because they're going to do 2 or 3 more movies, 4 more movies, wherever they're going to go with it, an X-Force movie. So it's like you can't get somebody that in 10 years might be too old for the part. It all depends on what they want to do with it.
True. It's
But-
going to be interesting. Now that they're going to start filming it this year.
I think
Did they
they've
say?
already got the script finished, and I think they're prepping for filming and stuff.
But I am digging Ron Perlman. That would look good.
If we had this conversation last year, we could have asked him.
Yeah.
Well, nobody had seen the movie yet last year.
That's
Duh.
what I just said. If we had this
Duh.
conversation last year.
Duh.
And he's a very good actor because he knows how to mix. He
He's
does
awesome.
funny
He's
stuff.
done a
He
lot.
he had
think about Vincent,
his
Beauty
tongue-in-cheek
and the
stuff
Beast,
with
all the
Hellboy and everything.
Sons of
Yeah.
Anarchy. He was a badass on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
Hellboy, he was awesome.
He brought Hellboy to life, and they.
I hope they do a third because
Space-
I would
they
like.
have to.
Come on.
What we say?
Spacing on some. Perlman was in something that was wicked good, but I'm spacing on the name of it.
You're thinking Beauty and the Beast.
No.
He was in
no.
Blade 2,
He
which
was in Blade too.
awesome.
Nipplehead.
I loved all
Yeah.
the Blades. I don't
Sorry,
care if
Ron. I
anybody
love you and
says
I
anything.
respect you a lot.
Plus, didn't he actually in Sons of Anarchy? He also hooked up with Katie Seagal there.
That was his wife.
I know.
Didn't you watch the show?
Yeah, that's why that's why I
You
just
don't
brought
watch
it up.
anything.
I just
binge watched and finished that like 2 weeks
I know.
ago.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and
I
I'm like,
follow him on Facebook.
yeah.
I've seen it.
I'm
What
and I'm
did you
totally
think
upset. I want more. And now Emilio was posting the other day that it looks like the Mayans is going to go forward.
Oh, they're gonna.
Really?
Yes.
No kidding.
Emilio, you can actually go to Hartford Comiconn and see Emilio.
And we will be doing photo ops with a Harley Davidson.
Any wrestlers coming to Hartford? Can you
Yes.
say? Can you say?
I can't say whom, but there will be.
All right. Was it somebody we already had on the show and talked about? Can you?
I don't believe so.
Because we had, let's see, we had Demolition, we had Animal, we had Tatanka, we had Tito, we had.
We would have had Jim the Nightfall Earnhardt, but he.
Yeah, we
was
won't talk about
jealous.
what happened with Jim the Animal Nightheart.
All right.
But hey,
He said yes, and then we talked to Tito, and he was like, "No, no, no."
Yeah,
I'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that on camera. We can't talk.
I'll
about
talk
Yeah,
about
we-
it all I
we-
want.
we
I ain't
have-
afraid of you, Jim.
There is a wrestler coming, maybe 2, maybe 3. We're working on stuff, so
Is it a she? Because I like the she wrestlers.
you may see a female.
Yes.
Mickey James, you missed out on that one.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh, actually, no, I didn't miss out on seeing her. I did miss out on talking to her because I was busy doing work.
What were you doing?
I was taking pictures of cosplayers like I'm supposed to.
Oh, you didn't get a chance to talk to her at Super Mega Fest?
No,
Just-
he
it was a
loves
one-on-one.
doing interviews without me. He's just like, I'll talk to Kevin Sorbo. I know Jeremy loved Hercules, but I'm going to talk to Kevin Sorbo without him. You know, this guy started talking to Kevin Conroy without me.
I did that on. I did do that.
I
on
saw
purpose.
him from across the con and had to charge him and that other guy, the guy.
Oh, Leo.
I'm just like, Kevin Conroy must be bored out of his mind. I'll go save him.
Funny story. If you watch that interview with us and Kevin Conroy, the reaction on Mr. Conroy's face, 100%.
His name's
legitimate.
Kev.
Maybe now it is, but back then it wasn't. It was 100% legit because we were talking to him, and we had Matches Malone, you know Matches, and we were all sitting there talking, and you hear him scream from across the room, right?
Wait for me.
It was so loud that even microphones picked it up, in middle of a busy con on a Saturday evening. It was packed. He comes running over, and of course, he had press badge security, just let him go by, and he comes running up. Now, Kevin is looking at his eyes. His eyes just like golf balls. Like, guys, stop this guy. He's got to be a crazy fan. Jeremy comes running over. Oh my God, you're Batman! He starts freaking out.
And all we're not worthy.
We're like sitting like this, and Matches. We just part the ways like the Red Sea, and we leave Kevin Conroy with him, and he's like freaking out. Now, meanwhile, John Wesley Shipp is next over.
I
And John-
also hooked up that relationship too.
And John knew who we were, and he's like just laughing, and Jeremy.
I nicknamed him Daddy Flash.
You see
Flash
this look.
Daddy.
He's like white as a ghost, and he's like freaking out. Then all of a sudden, he realized, wait a minute, he's with these guys. After that,
I almost had him whip out his dong.
oh, it was a wild. And then he did a drop for us. He goes,
perfect.
He goes, I'm Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. But you
bitches
bitches to
are
know
wrong.
who I am. You're watching the Angry Geeks. He slams a microphone down and walks away.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, he is. He's really, really cool. Who's your favorite celebrity? Before we get to a geek
Yeah.
conversation, who's your favorite celebrity that you met?
Wow.
Somebody that go out to dinner with and take them home
You
to
know,
your wife
it's
and leave them alone
tough
for a few
because
minutes.
I've gone out to dinner and hung out with so many. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
all
a big
right,
Star
name
Wars.
dropper.
Yeah. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so it's like,
Did you get Mark Hamill?
do I have his sweater? No.
Have you? Oh, okay. I was like, you got to go
No,
out
no.
with Mark Hamill. I was like, that's the one. Like, if I could find Kevin Conroy and Hamill together in one area, I would pay them just to entertain me all day and talk in their voices.
Look, I have a.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, back to you. This show's not about me.
Honestly, even with all like the Star Wars people I've met, all the Star Trek people I met, and all sorts of sci-fi and artists and everything like that, I actually, I get a little fanboyed out when I actually meet the wrestlers.
Really?
Because I'm a huge wrestling fan and grew up since, I started watching wrestling when Bob Backlund was champion.
I have to tell you a Bob Backlund story.
I got one to tell you too, so.
I think mine's gonna beat yours because it's just it was. We'll talk. I have to talk to you about off camera because it's.
Oh, off camera.
But I feel the same with
Pogo.
Will you stop? Meeting the wrestlers is just wild because I was in the ring for a while and we work with Revival Pro Wrestling a lot
You hurt your little ankle.
and my back.
Oh.
And will you stop, please? I'm trying. But meeting the wrestlers is just awesome. It's so
I-
much respect.
I have 4 steel chairs that are all signed.
I-
I'm going to be working on a
WrestleMania.
5th starting with with Hartford's guest. Then we're going to go on to Rhode Island. That'll be my 5th one. I got memorabilia all over the place of my house, and I love wrestling. People can say what they want about it, but I love it.
Do you still watch it today?
Yes.
I don't watch today. I used to be a big fan myself, but like somewhere around the late 90s, early 2000s, I dropped off for a while, and I tried to, because when I had my son, I was like, well, we could watch wrestling. Wrestling's on. But I can't get sucked back into the storylines.
I think it's
anymore.
because you're so involved, and we had this conversation. You're so involved with RPW, and you talk to the guys and girls, and you see them in the ring, and you know them personally. It spoiled you because those independents. If we're gonna get a little bit of wrestling, the independent guys, they put more heart into it because they want to get to Vince.
They take bigger risks.
Correct. They want to
sure
get.
as hell
They want to get to Vince. they want to get to TNA. They want to get to House of Glory. So they're like, or Ring of Fire rather. Excuse me. They're putting more risk into it, and they're giving it 100%. So they're not getting lazy, and I think that's your problem. Because
I think it's the storylines.
I mean, you guys.
I'm out of the
It's like
loop
being
of the
jaded with comic
storylines.
books. Remember when you were young
man.
and you picked up and you were like, "Oh my God, that guy's got claws coming out of his hands," and then you read 500 more issues later, it's like, okay, he's got claws coming out. It's the first impact. It's like the first time seeing Star Wars, or the first time. It's just.
I'm sorry, Star Wars forever. I get giddy over every. I'm any Star Wars stuff, the prequels, the originals, the Caravan of Courage, droids. Like I love Star
So what did you think
Wars.
of the new film?
I was
Loved
just going to
it.
ask
Yeah.
you that. I was
Loved
just going to
it.
ask you that.
Loved it from beginning to end. Loved it. Anything more I can get to that story, added to the story, it's gold to me. I'm one of those fans. Star Wars can do no wrong. I'm a Jar Jar Binks fan. I have the whole idea that he's
a feel for you.
He's a Sith, and I'm actually that Campana guy, Campanaman Rama. I'm having artists do Jar Jar as different pop culture people.
I got to
and
call somebody
comic-
out. Wait one second. Kevin Conrad, did he get a hold of you yet? Because he's been sick and he's going to be.
No,
getting
he
a hold.
has not.
All right, Kevin, you got to get a hold. And the reason why I'm calling him
He
out.
owes me my commission. But I know it's done. I saw most of it at the con. He did a Spawn Jar Jar for me, and it looks
Awesome.
awesome.
It does. It looks great.
asked
I will say
Campana-
that is something unique to collect.
Exactly.
It looks.
I want Chris, who's snooty and sticking his nose up, and I don't Jar Jar Jar.
That's
I
exactly
wanted
what he
him
said.
to.
Jerry goes, Chris, I need you to do me.
I'll do the Joy St. Pierre.
To Joe St. Pierre, Chris
impression
Campana.
of
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't do Jar Jar. There's a shout out to you, Joe. I love you. But I want him to do a Masters, because Chris Campana's work on Masters of the Universe stuff. I don't know if you've seen any of it. Oh, it's awesome, and I love Masters of the
You're
Universe.
gonna do
as well.
different versions of Jar Jar
Yeah.
as, you know.
Oh, I don't do Jar Jar. Just like, I'm paying you money. Do what I tell you.
Wait, you pay Chris money?
Yeah.
I'm in his book.
I even brought him a blank.
I'm in Chris's book. Are you?
No. But I brought him a Garbage Pail Kids blank. So I thought it made sense to put that Jar
Did you
Jar.
do a Jar Jar on that one?
He won't.
He took the book.
He took the book.
He took the book. I'm gonna do. It was at East Coast Comiconn when
Yep.
they invited us out to Jersey. He takes Jeremy's book. I'll do something for it. I want Jar Jar. I'm not doing Jar Jar. They argue for 15 minutes of what Chris is gonna write and draw in the book, and he's like, "Don't worry about it. You'll get something."
2 months later. But all I have to say is that just shows how much work they put into my commissions. I'm sure Kevin Conrad sent it off to be colored and stuff, and like actually he's a pretty amazing inker, so I don't think he has.
Did you
to.
see the Chris did the artwork where he had riding the Cringer? Yeah.
I was at.
I've actually
Battle
saw
Cat,
one
yeah.
of those in real
We
life,
had
and
it
I
in our
wanted
hands.
to buy the
just
book. But
the
I'm
book.
talking about
Maybe
the
you can
actual
maybe
Cringer
turn that
Battle
into
Cat.
like Jar Jar, like he's riding He-Man's riding Jar Jar. Oh, so it was Deadpool riding
It
the
was
Battle
Deadpool
Cat.
riding
That would
Battle
be
Cat.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah. You know,
He-Man riding Jar
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 Jar.
as Battle Cat. That's not a bad idea. See, Chris, all right, you're not watching.